For context, I will start by reading the post that Protagonist made about ECG starting to support grouping with a little bit of artist interpretation. If you would rather read it yourself, have a look in the doobly-doo for a link to the post, and skip to whatever time I'm showing on the screen right now to get to the point where it's me talking. I'll start by quoting MXDeep here. I don't think it's a viable solution to respond to problems solo players face by just saying, group up. I've been suggesting that players group up over the past few days, and we're going to be doing a lot more of that. Here's why. I had a guy on my team yesterday who didn't even bother going to Gamma each time. Play in a pre-made group, and you'll not have to see him again. There's this one player who always disconnects. Well, play in a pre-made group. Some people choose really terrible ship comps. Fixed in a pre-made group. The rest of the team just keep lemon training it. Pre-made group saves the day. These guys didn't communicate. Guess what? How do I report a team member for being toxic? Okay, maybe that's every time I face a pre-made group we lose. Oh, okay, no, that is enough. Basically, every negative issue you come across that is a result of player behavior is, if not fixed entirely, at least alleviated by you choosing the players you have on your team. Yes, at present we only have 3-player groups, but 5-player teams are coming, and in the short term, we'd expect these teams to be in the queue alongside solo players. A solo player owes nothing to the team and will serve their own enjoyment above all else, even if it comes at your expense. That could be choosing a ship that doesn't fit the rest of the comp, AFKing when things are going wrong, screaming at you for not obeying their orders, disconnecting arbitrarily, or anything else that is purely a human issue. Working on the assumption that MMR is a better measure of player ability in the future, and that teams are reasonably well matched, every shred of evidence we have, anecdotal and data-driven, is that playing in a full team makes the game better than playing solo. A whole lot of the problems reported by solo players are caused by other players, and while we invest considerable development time in resolving or modifying those behaviors, the easiest solution is available right now. Group up. Find a bunch of people who play when you do, and play with them. You don't have to be ultra hardcore about it. Just find a few people who you enjoy playing with and form a loose collective. Yes, we will continue to look for ways to improve the game for solo players, because we have to. But all of this falls under patching the players. If you want to improve the game for yourself, you have the ability to do so right now, and it doesn't require 1 minute of developer time. Consider, if you will. What if, instead of having to find a robust solution to disconnecting players, we could instead work on the next evolution of drafting? So let me talk at you about this, and I'm going to be pretty honest. From my point of view, as somebody who has played the vast majority of their games solo, this feels horrible. This is the way the game should be played if you want to have a good time. It's the message that I and seemingly lots of other solo players in that thread walked away with. Implicit in this is the message that while ECG will be supporting solo players and all, they really just want us to queue up together and quit our bitching. And we don't want to do that. We like the game being kind of random, because while those games where you have folks that aren't so bright do suck, those games where you and your team just magically form Voltron are at least good enough to balance all that out. We like not feeling that attachment to our team, because there's so much less pressure to do well. We all have horrible games from time to time, and yeah, sometimes we get complaints, but whatever. They can go do other things. If we want to learn a new ship, we just pick it and go for it. You know, hopefully we won't see those guys again. No pressure. Yeah, some of them are going to complain, but you know what? When they want to learn a new ship, that's exactly what they do too. And that's totally fine. As for facing kill squads as a solo player, And now comes the part of the video where I say, but. Although it's really easy to walk away from this post with the impression that solo play bad, group play good, I really do not think that that is what we need to be reading into this. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this is what we should be hearing. Hey, we here at ECG hear you. You guys have made it clear that there is some stuff you really don't like about queuing solo right now. And we aren't happy because you guys aren't happy. And we want to fix everything of that we can. It's not going to happen overnight, but you guys know that. Everything we can do to help will be out as fast as we can pump it out and have it not cause things to, melt or crash or, otherwise just not work. There's also some things that we can't fix because they're just part of the human condition, but you also know that. Sometimes people are just jerk faces, and really there's only so much we can do. So for the short term, all we can ask you to do is please group up. This is going to help minimize the issues that you're facing. No, it's not a solution to everything, but there is no solution to everything. There's only mitigating as much as humanly possible. We can't magically press a button and have awesome and totally fair matchmaking, ranked play that supports solo and group players, and a community that is free of bad players, be it because of attitude or skill. We would have done that ages ago if we had had that button. But we don't. So, for now, please give grouping a shot. We want you to have fun, and that is really the only thing we can do for you in the short term. We honestly think you'll have more fun. And scene. No, I'm not really sure what this means for me personally. I had started a break from Fractured Space the day this post went up, and maybe it just means that I'll make it a little bit longer and see what's in the next update, or change the format of my stream slightly for a little while. I don't really know. That's going to be an issue for me and, my audience to work out. But I do urge you guys to try not to give everyone an ECG shit over this. Really, I would truly be shocked if some of them didn't want to support solo players better, even if, this is a team game at the end of the day. So, things are going to happen. If absolutely nothing else, we have shown that the solo community can be just as passionate as anybody else, and that really needs to be considered. So, just try and remember that, we're not being forsaken here. Things are just, not going to happen as fast as we want. Things never do. Things never happen as fast as we want. That includes us as players and for the devs. Things don't happen as fast as they want either. Trust me. But, they will happen. And we need to not freak out if, we are momentarily inconvenienced. Thank you for listening.